What up, it's your boy Dvrth again with another video, and today we're here with Mob Psycho 100, Season 3, Episode 1. This is my jam. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, Mob Psycho is one of my favorite, I was about to say shonen, anime probably. Yeah, Mob Psycho is probably one of my favorite anime I've ever watched. Probably one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. And funny enough, every time I try to make like a top 5 list of like anime or whatever, I always forget Mob Psycho. But then I go, oh shit, Mob is kind of good. So I say all that to say, Mob Psycho is a favorite of mine. I am really excited to watch this. However, there was a point in which I was not going to watch it because of Crunchyroll. You know what you did. You know what you did. I'll say that much. I'll say that much. You know what you did. One of my favorite anime. Almost didn't watch it, but I couldn't keep myself away. Last we left off, I believe, and work with me here because it's been literal years since I've watched Mob Psycho. But last we left off, we defeated the boss. I forget his name. We picked up was his name Sarazawa or something like that. Hired him on, and reconciled the boss and his son's relationship along with his wife. So really great stuff. Season 2 didn't get to record. I don't think I was doing YouTube at that time. But didn't get to record it, but it was fantastic, and now I'm excited to get into season 3. Don't really know much about where the story picks up from or anything like that. Like I said, I haven't watched Mob Psycho in years. I haven't like read up on it or like read up information on it or anything like that. I barely even knew when it was coming out. So finally getting into it a couple months later, late as always, and yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all those. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Mob Psycho or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Links going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Links going to be in the description for that as well. We also have Patreon if you want these episodes early. Episode 2 should be up now. If you're watching this, episode 2 should be up now on Patreon. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones. We also have Discord. Make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. I love this intro. I'm not going. What the fuck is that, bro? Every time I see that dude, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Hunters. God, this is such a banger. I have heard this though. I have heard this OP though, and it is a fucking cooker. Oh man, Mob Psycho OPs are always cookers, but goddamn it, this one is so good, and the animation in this one is incredible too. But like I said, I have heard this OP. The reaction for this OP is on my channel if you want to watch that. But dear God, it's a banger. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped to watch Mob Psycho again. Oh, career. Careers, bro. Come on. A school that studies UFOs, you will get no job. I just wrote a plain old office worker. Yeah, great. God. Oh my God. 4? What a demon. And there's good old Mob, middle of the road. To be fair, you are fantastic at this job, but yeah, this is just a hard time. To be My dog just doesn't want to pay him full-time pay. Let's be real. Reagan just is thinking, bro, I don't want to pay this guy full-time. God, what a genuinely good guy. Let's go! It's my dog and he got a fresh fade. I forgot about that. Oh, what is this guy about to do? Come on, bro. Oh, there's actually... What the fuck? Why did you just stand there gawking then? Yeah, okay. Basically saying, hey bro, next time I'm in danger, let me know. What the fuck? Okay, sure. Sarasawa, why? You broke a 500 yen doll, come on. What the fuck is this? This nigga's about to fix it with rice? Nah, you did. This nigga's different. Potential rice grain to the folks. Oh my god, Reagan's one of those people that fix shit with ramen. Right. I mean, he's right. Like, you've got plenty of time, man. Think about it. Become God. Yeah, you did have a dream. Yeah. To become God. Oh my god, he's stupid. Oh my god, they're all stupid. Oh my god. Holy shit! He's smart as fuck! He's the second stupidest. He's like the second stupidest. So as I was going to say for a Crunchyroll fucked me, I'm surprised. Jesus Christ. People are making their own stories. That's great. Some people starting to call. Yes, okay. As I was going to say before I got so rudely interrupted by Crunchyroll, I'm surprised people haven't deified it. Deified the tree. Oh, she's not bad. Nice. Okay, journalist. That's what's up. Yeah, but I guess that would make him kind of feel like, what's in it for me? Like, what am I doing with my life? What the fuck? Oh my god, these are so great. Jesus Christ, man. Roaches. You need a oh my god. What the fuck? I think your luck just sucks. He sleeps soundly as long as. To be fair, that's a real thing that a lot of people. Buddy. Yeah. Buddy. You just want to get the fuck out, huh? Jesus Christ. You know, to be honest, maybe you're also just speaking a lot of this. Jesus Christ, man, when did you ever have hair? A lot of this is reflecting how him and Mob and Sarazawa must feel. 50 years. This has got to just be scary for Mob and Sarazawa to be like, I don't want to be like this guy. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the fuck? Whoa, AoE attacks? Oh my god. Whoa. Bro! Reagan. I know you built different, but like you don't feel any of that? Oh shit! Let's go! He repels evil. I drink.
本当だ。こんなに大きいのに取り憑かれてたんですね。いえ、あれ多分人の生き量だと思います。
Let's go! The dynamic duo! God damn, the animation really... Oh my god. And... Still no hair though, buddy.
それは良かった。しかし屋根がどうしたセリザワ気持ち悪いのか
Yeah, you good, bro? Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they're all in that same boat.
早めに気づけてラッキーじゃねえか。なあ。
Wow.
僕も今
It comes home for me too. 想像すると自分の道を選ぶのが怖くなりますよ。 Oh man.
お前そんなこと考えてた。でも僕は。
But you. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That's a really tough thing. That's a really tough like concept to deal with.
人生設計も立てやすい。焦る必要はないが。10代のうちに何か見つけないと。
Yeah, I generally do feel bad for Mob here. This is like adolescence is not easy, especially when you add career paths. Yeah, he's okay with the situation that he's in right now. Right, that man just went for it. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. Whatever you do doesn't have to be work. That's fucking good. This nigga Reagan is a fucking Don. He is wisdom incarnate. Shit. What? Whoa, 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 what the fuck? What you got going on? What you got going on, bro? Okay, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. The one thing that I really like about Mob Psycho, actually no, it's the main thing that I like about Mob Psycho is that it is the most shonen that has ever shonen. And that at first like, listen, that makes no sense. But let me explain to you what shonen is. And as long as I have as long as I've been watching anime, which has been a brick of a time, shonen has always been about maturing, right? That's what shonen is. That's, I mean, you know, if you look at the translation of shonen, yeah, of course it's about maturing, right? And with so many anime anime out there, shonen out there, you know, whether it's shonen, seinen, or whatever, usually when it comes to shonen, the maturation of a character, of your MC or whatever, is not exactly the focal point, right? But it is the mode of transportation for your story. But Mob Psycho, the reason why I like it so much is that it takes the understanding of what a shonen is, and it like leans into it heavy. So instead of using maturation as a vehicle to take your story wherever you need it to be, Mob Psycho uses it as the focal point. Mob's maturation is the focal point of the show. And it's not just like, oh, you have to be a better person and stuff like that. Yeah, that's sprinkled in, you know, inner like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's sprinkled in there, okay? But it focuses on the actual things that kids of that age would be worried about, right? Because Mob Psycho focuses so much on like emotions, and like the emotions of Mob is what in some ways moves the story sometimes. The emotions of Mob are to literally show you a like the reaction of Mob, the reaction from Mob in the situations that he's in, right? So when you get very earthly, I guess you could say, very earthly when it comes to like other shonen situations, like choosing a career path, and you see Mob's explosion meter go up to 18. That's the reason why I like Mob Psycho so much, because it focuses on that type of shit. Because as an adolescent, choosing a career is a very, and it's not just choosing career, it's choosing a future is a very daunting task. Even when I was in high school and I was asked the same thing, that was a very daunting question. That was a scary question to be asked, and it was a very difficult question to answer. So I totally get it. I totally feel what Mob is going through here, and Sarazawa as well. So it's a really good move. It's a really good idea, or a really good decision to have that like neat guy be the first, I guess, enemy or first spirit that we face here, especially in this situation, because he's like 50 something, you know, he's 50 isn't like super old, but he's up there in age, you know, his life is like starting to wind down and stuff like that, and he's looking around, and he has this empire of dirt that he inherited that he's not happy with, you know, and maybe it's, you know, him taking the wrong turns in life, or making the wrong decisions, or maybe it's just bad luck. I like that it was ambiguous up until like the spirit showed up, right? Like, of course, I like me and everybody watching this knew, oh yeah, he's definitely possessed by a spirit, but the show, it almost keeps that fact ambiguous enough, you know, to make you the viewer feel like, you know, maybe he did, like maybe he's just speaking all this into existence, maybe it is just bad luck, or maybe it is him making the wrong decisions. But that's just as important when talking about spirits as, you know, being a psychic or anything like that, because we've learned that people, like the collective unconscious and people's thoughts and feelings and emotions do have impact on the world around them and on themselves as well. It sometimes it gets to the point that it can affect a brick of people. So the way that I got off on a tangent there, but circling back, the way that they had this guy reflect what Mob and Serizawa are going through, or at least you know, have this guy be in the same boat as Serizawa and Mob, just a little further down the river. Great decision, because now Mob, Serizawa have to look at this guy and go, oh my god, I feel you, like that hit close to home, like they said. You know, like I could, in fact, I could be you, and that scares me, right? Because you know, that's very fucking real. That's very real. To have, you know, to be in a situation where you see somebody who at least might have been on the same path that you feel like you're on, and you don't want to end up like them. You want to be better. You want to do better for yourself than inherit that palace of dirt that this man has to his life, you know. So it's good story and episode structuring there to have him in there and have him reflect Serizawa and Mob. Really like that. Great to have Reagan back. Reagan is a fucking don. Oh my god, Reagan is definitely like in my top, whatever you want to say, of characters, just straight up characters, not in anime, not in, you know, not specifically in anime or whatever. No, just characters in general. Reagan is probably one of my favorite of any character I've seen. He is, you know, good to have his bombastic 50,000 miles a second personality back, and better than ever. I will say Reagan doesn't get enough credit though. Not because he's funny or like anything like that, but Reagan is actually a fucking demon, bro. I say that because when the spirit showed up and he put an entire AoE spell or attack on everybody, Reagan's the only one that's like walking out of the store and looking around. What the fuck is going on? Y'all wild. Oh hell no, right? And actually fights back. He doesn't do shit, but he fights back, right? And you see it all around that it's affecting everybody except for Reagan. And what that tells me, right? What that tells me is it shows me the difference between Reagan, the boat that Reagan's in, and the boat that Serizawa, Mob, and that other guy are in, right? You know, like I said, first of all, Reagan's just a don, right? Like he has that mind. He doesn't have a mindset. That nigga Reagan has that grind set that kept him up. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have fell asleep at any moment, but that grind set kept him up. His state of mind is just something to be envious of. But I say that it shows you the difference between the boat that Reagan's in and the boat that Mob, Serizawa, and that guy is in, because while Reagan is funny, yes, he is hilarious, and while he is a straight up mental demon because he did not succumb to that spirit, his wisdom and his frame of mind is what really what really protects him. Jesus fucking Christ, what really protects him, because as he told Mob, I just fucking did it, right? Like when I made this, or when I opened up this office and I, started doing this job, it was just on a whim. I got bored of the life that I was living, so I made a new path for myself. And he didn't care whether that path was, bad, good. He didn't care. He was just gonna do it because he felt like it, and he felt like it would be fun, right? And the reason why I bring this up after talking about the spirit is that, to me, I feel like that's what kept Reagan going in that situation. The spirit was very apathetic. It was very it was being it was getting people to procrastinate and stuff like that. Dear God, I cannot English today. Getting people to just like chill out, be apathetic, procrastinate, go to bed, all this other stuff, right? It doesn't matter, life does, everything's blood, that type of stuff. But Reagan's frame of mind kept that nigga like upright, basically. So it's really cool what he said to Mob there, where he was like, you're worried about what you're gonna do, what you're gonna be, like how you're gonna, like what kind of job you're gonna have and stuff like that. And you see throughout the episode other people kind of hinting at, just fucking put something down. Even I was saying, like, just put something down, bro. You got time. You got plenty of time. Now, of course, as a teenager, the rest of your life looks very scary. Hell, even as a young adult in my in my years, the rest of your life looks fucking terrifying. But Reagan makes a good decision, and like I said, everybody else who was just like, yeah, just put something down, made a good point. Just live, have fun. You don't. And here's what I really like about what Reagan said. What you do in the future does not have to be work. This is why I fuck with Reagan so goddamn heavy. That nigga drops bars, nigga, and that was a bar. What you do in the future does not have to be work. Do you feel me, right? Don't work. And here's what I like about what he said. Here's what I like about that bar is that it perfectly encapsulates what Mob is looking for, right? He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know where he wants to go. He doesn't know what career path he wants to follow. He's lost. But when you're in that state of just being lost, being unaware, not knowing what your next move is, and being afraid of making the wrong move next, the best answer to that is just saying, fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? Your next move does not need to be super well thought out. You know what I'm saying? Like your next move doesn't have to be super well thought out. The best thing for you to do when you feel like you're stuck is to simply just do something. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how important of a thing it is. Do something that you want to do. And Reagan perfectly worded that perfectly, way better than I could ever word it. What you want to do does not need to be work. If you enjoy doing it, then just do it, and your path will eventually lead you to where you want to be. It's a lot like how Reagan got to where he wants to be. He hit a wall. He hit a mental block, He lost his personal inner muse or something to that effect. That put him in the same situation that Mob was in, where he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. So what does he do? He does what he feels like. And he opens up a whole business. He didn't even know what the business, if I remember correctly, he didn't even know what the business was going to be. In fact, I think when he first started, and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been years since I watched season 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was whatever he started this business as was something completely different from what it became. He started a business as some sort of, was it like a massage parlor, or like some sort of consultation office or whatever it was. It wasn't this, but in him making that fuck it we ball decision, he eventually met Mob. And through Mob, he eventually met Sarazawa, and he fucks with what he does now. He enjoys the life that he lives. He's chilling. Fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a fucking great, that's why it's such a great bar. It's such a great bar. What you do does not need to be work. Just live, bro. It's so fucking smart. It's such a smart response to an adolescence that is confused about what to do next. Don't worry about what to do next. Just do something. It's so great. That's why I fuck with Mob Psycho so much, man. This show is leagues and leagues ahead of whatever people think it is. But we ended the episode here on everybody like gathering around the mystical tree, the divine tree, whatever, and Dimple being like, I guess it's my time. It's my time now, right? And what the fuck are you doing, right? To be fair, I think Dimple is coming up on the same like situation that Mob is in, right? I think he kind of lost sight of what he was doing. Dimple had a clear goal. He was like, I'm gonna become God. This shit's gonna be great. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of bitches and followers. It's a great idea. All this other stuff, right? And when Mob came around, he kind of derailed that plan, and eventually, through time and stuff like that, kind of same way that Reagan explained it, through mishaps and luck, like not so lucky moments or whatever. He met Mob, met Reagan and everybody else, and he's enjoying where he is right now, but he's eventually going to come up to a wall for himself. What am I doing? Do I have any aspirations? Like am I gonna do anything with the time that I'm given, the unlife that I have left? And to be fair, I don't know what Dimple does, right? I think Dimple has found what he wants to do, and to be 100% honest with you, at least in my head, what Dimple wants to do is kind of just not live for Mob, but live with Mob, I should say, right? I think that Dimple has found his like, I think Dimple has found his forever goal, right? And maybe it's not like a forever goal. Maybe it's just like a perpetual goal, that is just hanging around with Mob, having a good time, and maybe even just protecting Mob, right? It kind of takes me back to was that season 2, where like Dimple was fighting it was season 2. Dimple was fighting the Dragger, I think, and throughout that fight, there was a point where Dimple was like, "Oh, if I get this guy killed, Mob is going to hate me," and I remember not feeling weird about that line, but I remember taking that line pretty seriously. The reason why is that, like I said, Dimple was not a great guy. In fact, Dimple was an enemy at some point, but through the mishaps and stuff like that, he eventually became friends with Mob and he found a new path. And right now, his path seems to be at least have something to do with Mob. That might be his path, is to make sure that Mob is okay. Maybe that's what his goal is now. Maybe, his goals don't need to be lofty. Goals in general don't need to be lofty. If it's simply just, I just want to make sure by any means necessary this kid is okay. If that's your goal, then great. And it seems like he enjoys this perpetual goal that he has. But in a situation where you don't think that you have that perpetual goal, it's easy for you to reach for something a lot more lofty than you need it, I guess you can say. So I think that is something that I worry about when it comes to Dimple, is that his being lost and being confused and not being sure what he wants to do next could lead to him being like, you know what, I'm gonna go become God again, and with him laying on the divine tree and stuff like that, and all the people gathering around it, it seems foreboding to me. I'll say that much. It seems foreboding to me. Like we just talked about, the collective unconscious and all the other stuff is very important in this show, and if everybody is deifying this tree, it's possible that something not so great can come out of this, and it's also very possible that Dimple can get either caught up in the middle of it, because of this block that he's run into, or the wall that he's run into, or that he could just straight up be the catalyst for it because of the wall that he's run into. So it could be tough. This could definitely be tough. But regardless, this episode was really fucking good. I'm so happy to be back watching Mob Psycho, because man, this show is, it's so fucking fire, nigga. It's so fire. But I was gonna say, oh yeah, the animation was fantastic. Like, and it wasn't even like the crazy fights or anything like that. The whole exorcism thing was cool and stuff, but there was very slight moments in the animation where, like, I was like, why did you animate that so well? Like the dude lighting his cigarette, why are you animating that so fucking well, man? So whenever we get to like the real fights, which is for Mob Psycho, is usually like episode 5. It's usually episode 5 and 8. Though that's usually when they're like, okay, now y'all already know episode 5, 8, and 12, I think. 11 or 12. They always do like some crazy fight. So those are going to look fantastic. And I'm overall, I'm just excited to see how Mob progresses in this season. I think this is one of the only shows where I just don't give a fuck how the world progresses. I don't care. Like it's cool. Like the world, like the sparse world building that we get in this show is always cool, but I don't really care. Like as a whole, I don't care about the world building. I am greatly engrossed in Mob, like Mob as a character growing up, like legitimately growing up, maturing, all the other stuff. So I'm very interested in the path that he takes in this season. But with all that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. You're just a lurker. I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Mob Psycho or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's gonna be in the description below. We also have Jesus fucking Christ. You can also comment. That's cool too. We also have the Patreon if you want these episodes early. Like I said, episode 2 should be out right now. And the Discord. Yeah, that too. We have the Discord if you want to talk more Mob Psycho or anything else that we're watching on the channel. So, with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There it is. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.